quickly just wanted to check with everyone that you guys have all signed in for the raffle. I am going to be giving away books and some other things. So if you haven't signed in for the raffle yet, go ahead and do that real quick, and then I'll get started. I'll just give you guys a quick couple minutes. So raise your hand if you guys are in the raffle. Okay, looks like everyone is covered. Are you guys in the raffle?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, like my daughter said, my name is Kyle Ray Headley, and I'm the author of the Dream Chooser series. Okay, and these are books that are based on sports mostly. I am writing another book, and all of you guys here are going to be the first people to hear about it. Yeah, so that's a surprise, right? It's called Halleck Finds His Fable, and it is a fantasy adventure book. I'm not going to tell you guys more, but be proud because you guys are the first ones to hear about it today. So the Dream Chooser series uses sports to teach kids that it's never okay to give up on your dreams. No matter what it is that you want to accomplish, you can do it as long as you don't allow outside influence to tell you that you can't. Okay? So the most important thing is what? What's inside your head. Because if you tell yourself you can do it, you can accomplish your dreams. I use characters who don't have the best circumstances in life. Some of us don't have parents. Some of us don't have friends. Some of us struggle reading. Some of us might have a lot of energy, and sometimes it doesn't work out for us in the classroom. All of my characters struggle with similar things like that. But they don't let that define them, okay? When I was a senior in high school, I read a book called Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Do any of you guys know this story?
I know the series.
Yes, it's an awesome series, right? High five. All of them. Great books, right? And one of the things about that book that really taught me something, it's based on a 12-year-old boy. Mind you guys, I was 18, okay? Percy Jackson struggles with something called dyslexia and ADHD. What that means is he has a hard time reading and he has a hard time focusing. He's super hyper, likes to run around, be crazy. I call it being a boy, but some people just say be crazy. That's okay. What everyone didn't understand was his doctors wanted to tell him this is your weakness. When you can't read, when you act crazy, this is something that defines you as a weakness. What his best friend Grover told him is, no. That's not your weakness. You are high energy because you're meant to be a warrior. Those are your battle reflexes that are here to protect you. You see? So if you don't let people tell you what your weakness is, it can actually become your greatest strength. If he didn't have those reflexes, he might have gotten hit with a sword. If he couldn't read Greek, then he wouldn't know where to go. That's what his dyslexia was. Because he didn't really read English very well, but he could read Greek. And the Greek guided him to where he needed to go. How many of you guys like stories? You guys know what one of my favorite things about stories are?
What?
When I read them, I could be King Arthur, about to pull that sword out of the stone. When I read a story, I could be on the battlefields of Narnia, fighting right alongside of Aslan. Maybe I'm the boy who lived, and I'm protecting Hogwarts from the one who shouldn't be named. Maybe. Or I'm Legolas, and I have pointy ears and a bow and an arrow, and I'm protecting Frodo while he tries to get rid of the one ring that rules them all. See, when I read stories, I'm not the chunky little 12-year-old kid who got picked on for not being skinny, for not having nice shoes. I'm the warrior. I'm a demigod. I'm a butt-kicking hero in the story. Isn't that amazing? How many of you guys like to read stories and see yourself as the hero? Isn't that the best thing about stories? You get to see yourself as a hero, right? You get to escape the struggles of being a kid, because it is so hard to do chores and do your homework.
Yes.
It is so hard. Try paying bills. Listen, I want everyone to close your eyes. And picture yourself right now. Close your eyes. Picture yourself right now. How you see yourself. Imagine a mirror in front of you, and you're looking at exactly how you dress today. Now, start to make changes. Any kind of change you want. Do you want different hair? Do you want wings? Do you want to be able to control fire? Do you want talking pets? Do you want a notebook that gives you all the answers in school? Start making changes in your mind. Open your eyes. Who would like to share a couple changes they made? Go ahead.
I would want to fly.
You would want to fly. I think that is awesome. Go ahead, back there.
Nothing.
You want to change anything about you? And I think that's a really cool thing too.
I do, but I don't know.
Go ahead. You want a flying wolf pet, or are you a flying wolf?
Me a flying wolf, but flying wolf.
I love it. Okay, one more. Go ahead, right here.
Me?
Yeah, you.
I want to. Make my sister play cat a week.
That's cool. Okay, everyone, close your eyes one more time. Close your eyes, close your eyes, close your eyes. Now, we know what we look like. Where are we? Are we in Earth 200 years ago and there's castles? Are we in Earth 200 years from now and there's flying cars? Are we in a forest somewhere or in the middle of the desert? Maybe we're in space.
Desert.
Or, hold on guys, hold on, keep your eyes closed. You're not even in a world that is known, and you created the world.
Oh, wow.
Open up your eyes.
Oh, yeah, I see it in my head.
Go ahead in the red.
Oh,
You're in a world full of cats? Kalea, go ahead. You're in Iceland? Go ahead. A wolf world? Go ahead right there, Bubba. Yeah, you.
My world.
A flying world. Okay, guys. Pay attention, pay attention. Eyes on me. One more. Go ahead.
I would be in a world full of
Flying wolves. I love it. All right, everyone. Close your eyes one last time. One last time. So, we know what we are. We know where we are. But who are we? Shh, hold on. Are we a hero? Are we a villain? Are we someone who doesn't have any friends? Or are we the most popular kid in school? Shh. Maybe we don't even go to school and we were raised by wolves.
Oh, yeah.
Or cats. Shh. Listen, close your eyes, close your eyes. Close your eyes, close your eyes. Imagine you're whoever you want to be, wherever you want to be, and you can do whatever you want. Open your eyes. Do you know what you guys just did? You started your own story. You created a character. You created a world. And you started the beginnings of a plot. Isn't that awesome? Clap it up for you guys. I think that is so cool. All right, listen. When I start to write a story, the first thing I do is decide, what kind of story do I want to tell? Okay? So in this book right here, Miles to Go, it's a story about true friendship. And you can ask your friend or your parents, because some of you guys are still young and you might not understand what actual true friendship is. But true friendship is somebody who becomes your friend. Kalea, please. True friendship is somebody who becomes your friend and they actually kind of become your family. They actually spend time more with their family than they do their own at times. Or you view them equivalent as you do your own brothers and sisters. You might not even be home and they'll walk in to your parents and say, "Hi, Mom and Dad," and then go to your kitchen and start raiding your food. That is what a true friend does at times. Now, that's obviously not the law. There are exceptions. But that's the best way I can explain it. So this story, Miles to Go, is about true friendship and forgiveness. And I wanted to tell this story in a special way. Miles is the main character. And he's had a lot of messed up things happen to him in his life. Some things before he was ever even born. And he couldn't control that. But he's held on to it his whole life. And he can never quite get over it until he lets himself go and sets himself free of the grudges of things that happened before him. And by doing that, his best friend Otto, true friendship, helps him through every single challenge he's ever had. That's pretty cool, huh? So that's my story. And now I want to ask you guys one question before I close. How many of you guys enjoyed the little exercise I did with you about creating your character and your world and all that? That was pretty cool, right? Well, I'm excited to announce, listen, I'm excited to announce to you guys, I've already talked to Miss Martin, and she's okayed it. I'm going to host a summer writing camp here at River Springs Charting School from grade 3rd up. So if you're in 2nd grade right now and you're going into 3rd grade, you guys can come with us, okay? If you have siblings who are younger than you, then anything you learn, I encourage you guys to take home and teach those siblings. If you guys love writing, if you guys love reading, this is the place for you. Parents, if your kid maybe struggles with the creativity of writing and expressing themselves, or they don't feel confident in reading, send them. I promise you they'll get my 100 devoted attention, and I will help them in any way possible that I can. Okay, so that's going to be here, and there will be more information coming out about that. All right, and one last thing I wanted to tell you guys, if you guys do want to order my books, I see a lot of young people here. That's fine. I'm sure your parents can read them with you. I suggest grades 5th and up to read my books, okay? But I read them to my 5-year-old or my 7-year-old daughter. She actually helped me write in a lot of ways. I would be reading to her at midnight, and she'd be bouncing ideas off of me. So if you're going to read with parents' consent, do so. They are available on Amazon or BarnesandNoble.com. Either one of those, you can get them. And I want to use this time, my last closing time, to open it up for just a few questions from the kids, and then I'll close. Go ahead.
I'm a 2nd grader and I can read really high. Could I read books?
As long as your mommy's okay with it and with you, that is not a problem. Go ahead.
I can be very long words, so I think I can read that.
Awesome. Go ahead, buddy. Okay, so you're going to have to talk to whoever brought you, and then they can talk to whoever. I don't have no pull. Go ahead. That's awesome. Any questions for me about being an author or my stories or books? Parents, you guys want to ask questions? I'm more than willing to open. Go ahead. When did I start writing? I've always loved writing ever since I was a little kid. I was one of those kids that I talked about in the beginning of my talk that struggled in an educational format. It just wasn't meant to help me. That doesn't mean I wasn't smart. I just couldn't succeed. But anytime my teachers issued some kind of writing, whether it was an essay, a report, a creative story, whatever it was that had to do with writing, I automatically excelled at that. And so I've been writing stories and telling stories my whole life. My wife will tell you I've been a storyteller ever since she knows me. Because anything that happens to me, I find a way to make it way more dramatic than it actually was. Go ahead.
Okay, hold on.
I'm sure, like I said, if your parents are